Guys, we've got David here, who's a cafe coach down from Sydney. We've got Michael here from MyCafeSupplies. Today we're just going to talk about cafe owners working on their business rather than in their business. Michael, I know when you started up your cafe, Aloysius, that was always a goal from yours right from the start. And can you just explain to us why that was always important for you guys?
Well, look, when we first started, we didn't really know what we were getting into. And once we realised that, look, this is actually really hard work and there's a lot to do, we realised that, you know what, we can't sort of continue this way. Tracy was working really, really long hours. And so we really wanted to scale that back, but still obviously keep the business running and make money, obviously. So we had to look for ways that we could do that and still achieve some lifestyle goals.
And David, the cafe owners that you've worked with, is this something you've always impressed upon them, the need to really withdraw themselves from working in the business?
Totally, yeah. It's like Michael said, it's so important to really free up your time so you can still have a life and not just get lost in the business. And I think what it's all about is really procedures. I can't say that enough to people I work with. It's really about having systems in place, document every single step that's done in the business, that's easy to understand for all staff that you have, so that when new staff comes in, they're easy to train. Everybody knows exactly what's going on in the business, and that's how you really free up your own time, from doing it all yourself.
Michael, I know with Aloysius, I think you guys have about 20 different staff members. Is this those process and procedures? I'm assuming that's something that you've been able to implement in there to be able to relieve yourself from a lot of the day-to-day stuff?
Yeah, it's really important. We have run sheets for just about everything that we do, but we also have our senior staff, and they would follow up those run sheets for our junior staff just to make sure things get done. Because look, just even to close the cafe, there's a lot of jobs that have to happen just to make sure that there's not wastage or that things are clean. So there is a lot of work, and having those run sheets is it's so vital.
David, we've spoken about the importance of a cafe owner working on their business rather than in their business. I'm sure it's a goal for most, if not all, cafe owners. Not always all that easy to do. You mentioned process and procedures there being really important to be able to achieve that. Is there anything that you work on in particular with cafe owners to help them to be able to achieve that sort of thing?
Yes, I think a lot of cafe owners, they try to do everything out of their head. So it's when it comes to ordering at the end of the day, they try to remember everything, and there's always some little thing that's forgotten. So I think it's really about trying to free your mind. It's trying to get more organized, and as simple as it sounds, getting lists in place for every single step that you do in every day, it just makes your life so much easier. If you have an ordering sheet with a checklist, where you just go like ordered, simple things like that just can change your life running a cafe.
And I assume that delegating those responsibilities onto staff then becomes that much easier as well?
That'll be the next step. Once you've got the systems in place, it's easy to train your staff to actually do it for you, so you don't have to do it all yourself. But if it's all just stuck in your head, it's really hard to get somebody else to do it the same way. So it's really about laying out what needs to be done and then delegate these tasks to your staff.
Mike, Dave's just spoken to us about being able to delegate to staff and the importance of that to be able to free yourself up from all of the day-to-day stuff to working in cafes. I'm sure there must have been some challenges for yourself and for Tracy working in Aloysius to be able to delegate that to staff members. Do you want to just talk the guys through some of the challenges that you faced?
Yeah, look, there is some challenges. One of the things that we found is that we often have younger kids, and just being young, they do forget things. We find that the run sheets really help that. Also, sometimes they're inexperienced with dealing with customers, so it's just a matter of when that happens and letting them know that this is how I would like them to deal with it. Other things are that when there is problems, we like to empower them to be able to solve that themselves, even though they may not always get that right. The great thing with Café is more than likely that same situation is going to happen again in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and so it really compounds and reasserts that, okay, do this and do this and do this again, and so by nature of volume, they get it right really quick.